things work. Finally. All right. I'm just happy that things are working right now. That's all I can ask. I'm gonna do one real quick check, make sure everything's good here, even though I know people are gonna start popping in. In a second, but nope, go away, nope, stop, nope. I love like how Twitch is set up now is so it's great for users, it's really bad for streamers. Oh. It's trash. Oh. Like if you're just trying to do one thing, it's just like, all right, I'll wait. Cool. Yep. Go ahead and send me an ad on my own channel. Yep. That's cool.
Lord, that's
that's great. Okay, cool. It's I just want to make sure audio's good. Cool. All right, awesome. Everything's clean. What's up, Josh?
Yo, what's good?
after all the stuff we've done so far.
Well, yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so welcome to Just About Anything. I guess I'm kind of saying that towards you and them. For the people who are kind of new or have, I guess, not been new, but have been watching for a little bit. These are live now. Stream them on Twitch. I just get interesting people on, like this gentleman here, and I get to talk to them for an hour or so. But Josh, I guess I'm liking the idea of letting you guys introduce yourselves because I don't want to. Every time I feel like I do it, I always either leave out something or I have incorrect information. I'm gonna let you do that.
Right. So, my name is Josh, and I like to play metal music. I have I'm a solo artist, I guess, for right now since COVID. And it's called my project's called Snake Edge, and it's about Tekken, my favorite fighting video game series of all time.
All right.
So
I'm curious as to you continue. I have questions now. Okay.
I
don't know if I don't want to cut you off.
So Snake Edge is about individual characters from the series, and then lyrically it's about each character going through their own plot from Tekken 1 to Tekken 7.
Okay.
So
right. That's dope.
Yeah.
Interesting. So like, all right, I was about to ask, like, what does Snake Edge, I guess, mean as far as Tekken?
The term Snake Edge itself, it's a move that one of the characters, Brian Fury, has.
Okay.
So it's also a term in the Tekken community. It's just a low that launches.
Okay.
So it made more sense to use that as a band name because it's a term people throw out, like, oh, that's a Snake Edge, a low launcher. So I thought instead of picking a random fighting move, I try to go with one that people would really know in that, at least in that community.
In that community, yeah. I don't, man. I've only like dabbled in fighting games, and even the fighting games that I've played are not like good fighting games.
Oh no,
they're like random stuff. Like I guess I played like classic stuff. Like I played Marvel vs. Capcom, played Street Fighter.
Classic.
I'm not good at them. That's the thing. I'm okay at 3D fighters, but I haven't played Tekken since 3.
Woo!
So it's been a while.
I mean, that's like one of the greatest.
Yeah, like I think I played that on PS2 for like, I want to say like a year, 2 years, and I got pretty decent at it. And then for whatever reason, I don't know why I stopped playing it. I'm sure like I think I got into like first person shooters a little bit more. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I think at some point I either got into like Halo or something around that time. But do you compete like in a lot of tournaments, or is it?
Yeah, Daniel, and a few others. We would go to like CEO, like we did last year.
Okay, I didn't realize you went.
Yeah,
cool.
Oh, it was my first time going. It was such a blast.
Yeah,
meeting all of these super high level players from all over the world. I took a picture with one of them. His name's Akuma. He was. I took a picture with Daniel with Akuma and my other buddy Nico. So I guess there was like some sort of pledge where Kokomo's a streamer too, so he was trying to reach a certain pledge, and then if we were to reach that pledge, he'd dress up as Kazumi from Tekken 7, which is like she's one of the we call her in the Tekken community, we call her grandma.
Fair enough.
But
yeah,
she appears in the game in her 20s.
Yeah.
But she was Heihachi's wife. Do you remember Heihachi with the crazy pointy white hair? Yeah, that's his wife. So she comes back from the dead. So Kokoma dresses up as her. And it was just the greatest thing. He'd be so embarrassed to take pictures.
Yeah.
Like he was covering his face with his phone when we were taking a picture with it. Oh, it was so
that's awesome.
It was so perfect.
Man, it's been a while since I've gone to a convention like that, not just for COVID and whatnot, but I think the last one I went to, I actually, now that I think I remember, I was supposed to go with you guys, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah, I know I was supposed to go to CEO one year with Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
And it might have been the same year, which kind of sucks. I forgot why I couldn't go. I think I had like a video shoot or something like that to do.
I think that was, what was it, last summer, right?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. I think, yeah. I'm pretty sure I got snatched up for like some other shoot, and I was like, do I want to go to CEO or do I want to make him a lot of money? I want the money. So
sometimes you just need to get the money.
It sucks. But the last one I went to was PAX, and I had a blast there. But it was very different. It was this is bad, but I went with kind of like the wrong mindset of like, oh, I started a new YouTube channel on my PAX. I gotta do something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I didn't enjoy it as much as I probably would have if I had a blast. It was fun, but like there was a lot of just like,
you kind of had like your work hat on.
Yeah. Do you find yourself doing that where it comes to like fighting games or like music or stuff when you go to like conventions or
like
whatnot?
trying to yeah,
like I find that weird.
Like it feels like a waste if I don't like pass out like something like a business card. Like I just got these business cards made. I love how these came out actually.
So this is a business card for
my my music.
Oh, okay, cool.
And there's a QR code on the back where you can scan with your phone, and it'll take you straight to my Spotify, Apple Music.
Okay, yeah,
all of that.
I might. I'll try to see if I can. I'll probably take a picture of it and put it up in the YouTube so people can see it. When I edit it. But yeah, that's cool. I did. Oh man, I wonder if I have that shirt somewhere. I might be able to show it. I did something very similar.
Oh, but a shirt.
I did it with a shirt, but I had like the QR code was built into the design of the shirt.
Oh,
it was so like the name of our thing was G Cubed, and so it looked like what essentially was like a Rubik's cube, but like it had our logo on one side, and then had like our social stuff on the top. And then on the third side that you could see, there was a QR code. It was pretty cool.
That sounds pretty clever.
It was. I know I have it somewhere. Somebody actually sent me a picture of it in Discord, like a few months ago. They were like, "We still have the shirt," and I was like, "That's nice. That's cool." Now I'm sad because we're not making those videos anymore.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But networking is not something that comes easy to me at all. I don't like doing it. I don't like. If I could hire someone to do it for me, I would.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you like that kind of side of things, or is it just kind of?
I mean,
like...
I don't mind doing it. Like, there are definitely worse things I could be doing.
Man. People yell at me all the time about this, even with this. They're like, "You gotta shout your stuff out more," and I'm like, "Do I?"
Easier said than done.
Yeah, like I just don't like. I don't like when other people fill like my thing with spam of like their stuff. So I can only imagine like me doing that. I'm just like,
Yeah, try that. Find that middle ground where you're not too annoying, but just enough.
I think what it is, I'll just give people a license. Like, hey man, you want to mute my feed? Totally understand.
Go right ahead.
That's fine. Totally get it, man.
Yeah.
Like just do it. Understand that I do not take it personal whatsoever. But yeah, so I guess did you own, like, what got you into Tekken? We'll get to music, but I'm curious as like fighting games. Kind of thing.
So back in good old PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 days, classics. Like all about fighting games. It was all about Mortal Kombat, Tekken, anything that I can get my hands on. I was also really big into Crash.
Oh yeah, I saw your picture.
Oh my god, Crash 4 last night. Oh boy, my god, that's the last stage was so ridiculous. Like they introduced these new mechanics where you have to so there's 4 new masks. There's the 4 quantum masks, right? It's similar to Aku, like how he protects you. While these do different things. Like one changes your mass. So like when you jump higher. It's kind of that one's like a little hard to explain, but there's one where you're literally just when you hit triangle, you'll just be on the ceiling. You hit triangle again, you're on the ground again. There's one where you phase in and out of dimensions. Well,
what?
not dimensions, but like not. It's kind of hard to explain. So there's when you hit triangle, when you're using this certain mask, certain things would reappear. Like you see, so you see everything when you're in the level, right? There's outlines, and then there's actual boxes. So if you hit triangle, the ones that are just outlines will actually be there, and you can interact with them.
Huh?
If that makes sense.
All right. Okay. I guess that makes sense. So it's like you're playing on two different levels. I've actually seen that in what game was that?
It's definitely been used in other games before. I just can't think of them.
I mean, they did technically that in Titanfall, like where you phased in and out.
Oh yeah, phasing.
Yeah.
That's the appropriate word. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm pretty bad at platformers. Well, 3D platformers I can get behind. 3D platformers not.
2D?
It's the 2Ds that fuck me
up. Cuphead?
Oh, dude.
I
wasn't
Cuphead.
as bad as that one journalist that people were roasting. I don't know if you ever saw that. That shit was sad. He just couldn't
get that tutorial right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just literally could not jump dash. Like he just couldn't do it.
Ugh.
But I'm not that bad. It's just like I think what it is I've gotten so acclimated to PC, like playing stuff on PC, that platformers are the hardest thing to jump back to a controller with. Yeah. I can pick up a controller and play like Call of Duty or something like that.
Yeah.
But I can't. It's different for platformers for some reason. Like it's just, especially the 2D ones. The 3D ones, I play enough third person shooters that like it's kind of the same thing. But I tried to play Ori and the Blind Forest, and I was just like, this is not good. This is bad. I'm so bad at this. But I have a lot of respect for those games, though. Like, especially like the history. If you look at the overall history of games and whatnot, like there are plenty of times where like games could have gone the way of like, I don't know, like the arcade, and they didn't because I don't know, like it would have been they I don't want to say like games like I'm trying to think of like a super popular platformer besides Mario. Which I guess Mario Sonic, yeah.
Technically, yeah.
Sonic, I think there was like that weird era. I don't know if you remember like there was, what's it called? Jinx? And then there was Ristar. Like they were like these really bad janky platformers. And like they were essentially clones of popular platformers. Like so the Ristar, if I'm not I'm gonna look this up. Like Ristar, if I'm not mistaken, was just a clone of Sonic, but way worse.
Like, are you still traveling at the speed of light?
Kinda. Like you weren't traveling that fast. Let me pull up YouTube real quick. I'm pretty sure, if I can remember it correctly, it's like Ristar. Platformer.
Hey, yo, what up, regular beast?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's my buddy Tyler.
Oh, nice. Awesome. This is cool. That's the other cool thing I like about doing this live is like we have chat.
Yeah.
Which I haven't implemented the thing that Steven's been yelling at me to do. I wouldn't say yelling. He suggested, and I haven't done it yet. Where like I can basically have people use their chat points to ask us questions.
Oh, okay.
And builds us a list, and then we can kind of go through it at some point. Is this the game? Nope. That's not it at all. Okay, I don't remember what it's called. But it was really bad. There was an era of just like really, really bad, like off-brand platformers. And then there was the whole thing where it wasn't Sega. There was a third company. There was like Sega, because Sega had Sonic, Nintendo had Mario, and I forget what
maybe Dreamcast?
I think it was Dreamcast, because they kept trying. They were,
because it was for the longest time the big four was PlayStation, Dreamcast, and oh crap, I'm just thinking of the other two platforms, but
man, it's making me sad because I can't remember what it's called. No, that's a trash game. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, that was that garbage AR game where like you had your phone and you had to like shoot people.
Oh, what?
I saw that down there. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that thing. Oh well, whatever. But yeah, that's fuck. Wow. There's so many like weird eras in gaming, and I guess fighting games. I slipped out of that because I wasn't super hyper focused on them. So
like the only reason like it retained my attention for so long is because just with the violence in Mortal Kombat, like that's what just kept me in as a kid. It's like, oh man, we gotta brutalize this guy and just hit him with the nastiest fatality and just rip his spinal cord and shove it back up his ass and dumb stuff like that.
I played a lot of Mortal Kombat when I was younger, but so I think the other thing is. I think one day I'll have my brother on here just as a one-on-one. I've had him on here as a guest before, but because I grew up with him and that's all he did, he loved fighting games. And he was always way better at them than me. So what would happen is we'd find a fighting game together. I'd be like, yo, this game's dope. This is cool. And then he'd be like, yeah, it is cool. And then he would just play that game.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yeah, this game's awesome. I'm going to go play some SOCOM. Or I'm going to play some like Call of Duty or something. He's like, you do that. I'm in the lab.
Yeah,
like,
in the lab. Yeah. Setting up them frames.
And then the next time I come and play him, he's just like, all right, pick up the sticks. Like, I'm just like, man, I don't even want to play anymore. It was like the vast difference in our skill levels was insane. That being said, I kind of did that with Smash Brothers. I didn't put. I guess what happened with Smash Brothers was I picked the worst character in the game.
Yeah. And
so no matter how good I got and how much time I put in on them, every game was hard. Yeah. Every match was just going to be hard. I don't know. Have you ever found yourself like in that where you found a character that you like, but they end up being trash? Like, I don't know.
I mean,
or is it more of like, let me look at the tier list first. All right.
Like when I first bought Tekken 7, that was one of the first things I did was I looked at the Tekken 7 tier list in Korea because at the time Koreans were basically the gods of Tekken. So I looked at a Korean Tekken 7 tier list and I was like, So if so my whole motto, like I've never been like a meta player. Like when I played TCGs, I was never like a meta player. Yeah. And I was never like I was never like a tier whore in fighting games either. Like I'll go like upper, but like if for some reason like there was a godly character that just happened to be top tier, but like it appealed to me in different, like if I could relate to the character or I like something about him like that much, like I'll swallow my pride and I'll do it. But like I normally aim for like upper tier or like maybe like bottom half. Like it doesn't matter too much to me because the Tekken 7 I think is right now is a pretty balanced game. Like I believe it was last Worlds, Rangchu, a Korean player, won with Panda. Okay. Which is probably like a bottom 5.
All right.
Like trash, sluggish character, but he won with Panda. A character no one really thought would ever top a Worlds.
Interesting. See, like I look for that from Smash Brothers, but that game is not balanced at all. So, like, the character I play obviously is Little Mac, literally the worst possible character in that game. And people played Little Mac. He has some placements at tournaments, but he's not won.
Not consistent.
It's not consistent, and I don't think he's won anything. Yeah. So, which is fair. His kit's trash. But yeah, I'm trying to think before Smash Brothers, what fighting game I really put a lot of, like, I guess Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah. Marvel vs. Capcom was like the other game. Did you ever play any of that?
I never got into it, but I could definitely appreciate it or watch it.
I had like the cheese team because I was bad, so I took any advantage I could get. And you had like Sentinel. What was it? It was Sentinel, Hulk, and then insert third character for whatever the matchup was. And you basically just you cheesed your entire way. There was a story of this little kid. I don't remember who he was fighting in some tournament, but the kid was like 9 years old, and like they called him like the prodigy or something like that or whatever, because what he essentially did was he took Hulk and Sentinel to like a major tournament and was mopping like people that have been playing for years. And then he got to what was that guy's name? He was also a pretty big professional player, and he beat the kid pretty bad.
Uh-oh.
And the audience just booed him. He was like, I paid money to be
yeah.
like, I want to win.
Like, you guys wager nothing.
Yeah. It was just a very funny thing. But I remember watching that and I'm like, yeah, I'd probably be doing the exact same thing if I was that kid. I'd be playing the cheesiest characters in the game. But I need to sit down and play. I might try to get into Tekken. The skill ceiling for those kind of games is so high, or at least it feels that way. I don't know if it
Tekken 7 does reward legacy play.
Okay.
So like, because there's always mechanics that come back in every Tekken game. Like the same moves that you could use in previous titles would probably still be in Tekken 7. Like, the moves lists are like pretty bloated. Like, it's at least like 100 moves per character.
Jesus.
And then we currently have 49 characters.
Why?
So yeah,
Why
no.
so many different moves.
Yeah, we've been on Tekken 7 on console for over 3 years, and like 4 or 5 in arcade. I don't like how bloated the game is. There's just too many characters, too many matchup knowledge. You gotta retain, and
that's the thing that keeps me from playing stuff like League of Legends. It's like I have so many friends who are like, "Yo, let's play. Hop in. You play like ARAM, whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't want to study all." I think there's like 104 different characters.
Oh
like,
Lord,
it's absurd. Like it's just so crazy. But like 100 plus moves, like that seems like too much. I love very simplistic fighting games. Like,
it's not like you'll use every move, but like if you see a move that you're not used to seeing and like it's coming at you, like the kick is slowly coming at you, it's like, oh god, what do I do? Is this plus? Am I minus?
Yeah.
Am I gonna be at some kind of disadvantage or something? But
damn, are the inputs very like old school, like quarter circle stuff? Like how
they're usually there are. But not for like every character. It's not like Street Fighter where it's just like, I think Street Fighter has like that for like every character.
I guess some characters in Street Fighter don't have those, but they have like Dragon Punch, or like they have all kinds of different like the movements. It's just certain characters have them, certain characters don't.
It's like when I see full circle inputs, that's when I get like really intimidated. Like I could do like quarter forward, quarterback, but nothing like super crazy. Like they have Tekken 7 has guest characters, and they have Geese from King of Fighters, and one of his super moves is like
that in virtual.
It's literally just like, it looks like 2 circles to me or something, because I just like, I look at that, I'm just like, nope. No, not even gonna bother. Damn. And we also have Akuma as well.
Yeah,
he's been
that's right, I remember
tier 1 since day 1.
Really?
Yep.
Wasn't he like, oh no, but he was actually in the game this time, right? Or was he DLC?
No, he was in the game from day 1. He's actually he's canon in the Tekken 7 story, actually.
I know they did that cross thing. Like there was a Street Fighter
Tekken, yes.
And there was supposed to be a Tekken Street Fighter.
Yeah, but
that shit never came out.
I don't think that's ever gonna happen. They might as well just put out Tekken 8, or they'll do Tag 3, but probably Tekken 8.
Do you remember, do you know what happened with that?
I actually don't know.
Yeah, I remember working at GameStop when it was announced, and I was like, all right, cool, yeah, I'll get that. And I think I ended up getting the collector's edition of the Street Fighter Tekken, and it gave you a demo of Tag Team. Yeah, I think it gave you a demo of Tekken Tag Team, because that wasn't out yet, or Tag Team 2, one of the two.
Yeah, it was Tag Team.
And I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And if I remember correctly, Akuma was in that demo. Maybe. It's been a while. It's a long time ago. And I was like, all right, I can see how they could make this work, because they were like, I remember thinking, I was like, wait a minute, like how do you do a Hadouken like, in 3D, like when they just sidestep, like, and I was like, okay, it's fast enough that it's kind of a trouble, or like they still have the whole speed thing. I don't know if they still have that in 7 with Akuma. Does he have different inputs for the speed of his projectiles, or is it like
I know you can like spend a bar and like you get an enhanced version of your Fireball, which does come out faster, but I don't know about the whole speed thing. I've played very little Street Fighter.
So they have it's weird. So there's certain projectiles that the point of the projectile is like, I'm sending it your way to like zone you, or I'm sending it your way to try to deal like quick damage or something like that. Then there's type of projectiles that just linger on the fucking stage for
Oh,
forever. Like,
no.
so like that's the thing.
Nothing
with
like that.
Yeah, like
no.
not forever, but like they take so long to get to the other side that they're just basically zoning this.
Yeah, there's
area
stuff like
forever.
Injustice like that. I think in Injustice 2, Atrocitus has like his little demonic cat would just shoot balls of whatever.
I forgot about that game too. You mentioned that game is fun.
And Just Ass.
Just Ass.
That's what Daniel and I like to call it.
Yeah. So I don't. Is it popular at all anymore? Like no one plays that in like a competitive scene.
I don't think so. No, I mean I'm sure there's still some like online tournaments for it, but like
as you're not going to see that at CEO.
No. If there were to be a CEO right now, that would not be held. Well, it would just be Mortal Kombat 11.
I didn't play 10 because I think I was still trying to play Injustice 2.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just play this. This one is popular because it's the superheroes. Everyone loves the super.
Yeah.
No. Like,
Mortal
Kombat just literally
zone fest. It was not completely different game.
Man, that sucks. I should take some time and actually try to get good at it. What would you recommend for somebody who's who wants to get into fighting games, but like now, like which game do you think is worth putting in time into?
Like to see like a resurgence in like competitive play, like after COVID, or just
more of like like so like you like
so like whatever time you put in, you'll be able to use that same experience in a live event.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I know Tekken 7 just announced Season 4, and there hasn't even been a release date for that yet. So, and
there's Fighter Z too.
The end of Season 4 is going to be in spring, but I don't even know how much longer after that we have left of Tekken 7. I feel like we have at least one more year, one more good solid run. They'll probably do one more World Tekken
Did they already announce this, like a 8 or anything? They haven't announced. Yeah, okay.
Nope, they just announced Season 4, and that was it.
Actually, now that I think about it, 3D Fighters. When did Tekken 7 come out? Was it like
I want to say like 2017, 2016?
Jeez. Okay.
Oh God.
In my head, I'm thinking. Okay, so there's Tekken 7. Soul Calibur 6 came out before that, right?
No, Soul Calibur 6 came out after.
After that? Wow.
Yeah, it came out after.
When did Soul Calibur come out?
Because I was like, I need a break from Tekken 7. So I picked up Soul Calibur 6.
Release date?
2015.
October. So Tekken 7 came out 2015.
2015.
Jesus Christ. And then Soul Calibur came out in 2018. Wow. Okay, so
that was the arcade release. The console version came out in 2017.
Okay.
That sounds right.
That makes I was like, damn,
2017.
Okay. What I'm trying to figure out is, since this, what is the next 3D fighter? Because I kind of now I'm realizing that 3D fighters, there's not that many of them.
I mean, there was an announcement for Virtua Fighter, but it wasn't Virtua Fighter 6. It was Virtua Fighter X Esports, whatever that means. Like, it was very strange
version of the game, maybe.
I don't know. Might be a free to play. Like Tekken really did that.
Fighting games. How did they did that?
It was called Tekken Revolution, where it was free to play and there was never a physical release. There was like a stats system. Like the moment I saw that, I was like, no.
So like, as in you
could buff yeah.
That was one of the things
that just when you do stuff like that just sounds like a mobile game to me.
Yeah. Like it's not going to be competitive.
Nothing to take seriously, and
I think that was the nail in the coffin for Injustice 2 as well, because like they had like some armor system.
Yeah, but there was a mode where you could play without it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool. They didn't have.
If it was just exclusively that'd be awful. I would never play anything like that.
Tekken didn't have that. So every time you played against someone, their buffs and whatnot were in play.
I mean, I probably played like 10 minutes of Revolution, so I could not tell you. Like, I did not look.
I wrote it off.
I didn't. Yeah, I immediately wrote it off. I was just like, oh, I'll just stick with Mortal Kombat 9 because that's what I was playing at the time. Was Mortal Kombat 9, which was probably the greatest Mortal Kombat release.
9. I'm trying to remember what 9 was like, because there was 9. 9 was the first like major 3D one, right? If I remember correctly.
First major 2D. I mean, for Mortal Kombat at least. That was when Mortal Kombat 9 was the game where they just went back to 2D.
What?
The last 3D Mortal Kombat game was Armageddon. Yeah, that one right there. That was the last 3D Mortal Kombat. Oh yeah, there was this one too. Not that. Oh
no, so
Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
Yes. Okay. All right.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
forget about that one.
So when I say yeah, you should. When I say 3D, that's not what I meant. I meant like not like 3D in terms of like a 3D fighter, but 3D in terms of like the models.
Oh.
Not because I remember there was like a huge upgrade
3D models
in 10, and then that kept for 11. But I think 9 also had that. I don't. This is like trying to Google stuff. Yeah.
I remember seeing a trailer for this for the first time. It was such a huge step up.
Oh wow. Okay. Yes, I remember this one now. I had to see these.
This basically
models.
had like every character you can ask for.
Yeah. That's wild. Okay, so there was 9, then 10 was the one where like
it was very dark. Like all this,
was?
all the stages were like very dark. That's what like I wasn't. It's not like that was like a selling factor or anything like that. But 10 was when they reintroduced run, where you can run.
Oh yeah.
This you can only just dash.
Huh.
There's just dashing. And then 10, they brought back run, which wasn't a thing since Mortal Kombat 3. Which made the game so much aggressive. Like, you can get in on zoners so much more easily than you can in 11 right now, because they took that away.
Oh,
There's only dashing in 11. There's no run.
Okay, so, it's weird because like I remember playing these because there was a local games company or like tournament company called Powder Keg Games. I don't know if they still exist. I gotta reach out to those guys. I used to help them run tournaments and stuff.
Okay.
But they ran this 10 and 11 at all of their events. And I remember playing them all. And I remember I didn't do well in this. I did okay in 10. And then I think I only played one event in 11. So, but man. This probably is the fighting game I might spend some time into. 11. It is so brutal though.
Yeah.
I love it. Like it's so good.
Yeah, no, they really stepped it up with 9.
I think this is the kind of stuff though that like really made this game popular.
Yes.
But it's interesting. I guess I'm trying to think of like, okay, so if there's Mortal Kombat, what would be the equivalent 2D fighter for now? I know there's like a ton of tiny ones. I think honestly, Smash Brother probably will satiate my 2D fix for a bit. I've tried all the I don't know if you played
anime fighters.
Yeah,
like Blaze Blue.
I used to play those a little bit, but I was never really good at those either. God, I'm thinking of one and I can't. It wasn't Guilty Gear.
Skullgirls.
Was it Skullgirls? Maybe. Oh man, it was on. Maybe it was a Guilty Gear. I think it was like one of the off Guilty Gears.
Yeah.
That they released on like the Xbox Live Arcade at some point, and I was like, oh, this is dope. And I remember playing that when I was in college. And I got pretty decent at that. But yeah, I think I'll have to look at 11. How much of 11 have you played of Mortal Kombat?
I played like half the story of 11.
Okay.
I've really just been watching a bunch of competitive play, actually. More than I've actually played the game. It's crazy.
Some games are just they do a good job of like making the game visually pleasing.
Oh yeah, it's very visually pleasing.
So like I guess from what you've seen of the competitive play of it, how would you say, would you think is that a good 2D fighter to get into?
I mean, I would think so. I mean, people are really only complaining about one character, and it's Jackie Briggs being busted, but like other than that, I don't see why not.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess hopping to music? How did that start for you?
Woo! Now we're going.
I was 2 years old.
Nah. So I was in. This was 2008. My parents just bought me my very first guitar for Christmas. It was a first act. You know, you've probably seen one of those guitars that are like in those giant boxes.
Yeah.
And it comes with a little mini amp.
Yep.
Like the lowest of the lowest quality.
I have a Squire, which
a Fender Squire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sad story. I've had that thing since I was 17. I don't know how to play guitar.
Oh.
Like I literally have just kept it with me and kind of carried it around, and literally have not taken the time to learn how to play. Yeah, I don't know, like those baby's first guitar, essentially.
Yeah, essentially. So I ripped that package straight open. The very first thing I did, I go to my bedroom on the second floor. I open my window. I put the amp right there on the ledge. I just plug that straight in. I just start doodling, doing all the shit I see in videos and the crowd, and it just sounds god awful because that shit does not come tuned.
No.
It just sounded like a big
I
fat
just
hot
imagine
mess.
your neighbors are just like, what?
Woo! Yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
But so you get your first guitar. Like, did you do any things like the normal progression through like high school and like college?
Oh yeah,
like
all the garage bands are coming. The garage bands are coming. Oh yeah. No, actually, before shoot, I'm trying to remember now.
The timeline.
I want to say 2010.
Okay.
Is where I played my very first show in a band that doesn't exist anymore called Drowning in the Depths.
Okay.
At have you been to Austin's Coffee?
No.
Austin's Coffee. It's in Winter Park. It's has a giant
probably seen it.
As the not a rocket. I think it's like a nuclear rocket. I can't remember now.
Okay, I have.
It's very small.
Yes. And but it has like the little rocket on the wall, and then there's like a little tiny stage.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can see the stage from the outside.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I've seen this place.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Very first show ever. We had a 4-man mosh pit. It was so great.
Just sit right looking at these 4 people.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god.
All of our equipment barely fit on that stage, and it was. I just got so excited from like people looking at us, and then people looking at behind us from their window.
Yeah.
Like that was really exciting for me. Most exciting thing. I literally said to myself, that was the most fun I've ever had in my entire life.
That's awesome. I feel like when people get big and famous, like I feel like those moments stick out more than like the first like sold out stadium or the first sold out because it's like I don't know if this is the same for you, but like there's a moment when you do something for the first time, you're like, I would like to continue doing this for the rest of my life.
Yes.
What do I got to do to make sure I can just keep doing that?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome. Did you? I don't know if your experience would be the average, but I've always been curious as to how many different garage bands people go through.
Ooh.
Like college, like. Before they like get to like something that's a little bit more stable. Or, like,
yeah. So I've been in 3, not including Snake Edge.
Okay.
So the next one was The Witching Hour, which I was in for 2 years.
Why does that sound so familiar to me?
Because we've played so many local shows as The Witching Hour. We played at the West End Trading Co. in downtown Stanford. We played at Back Booth when it was called Back Booth before it became Soundbar.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And the other most popular one was The Haven in Aloma.
Yeah.
Right next to Cybertron Games.
Yes. Okay, I remember that. I've never been there, but I've been to Cybertron Games.
Those
I remember
3, they're like the biggest like places for like local bands that play here. At least in my eyes, they are.
Yeah. I'm very ignorant when it comes to like local music, which is something I should probably hop into, but I'll get to that once you're done. But there's a band that I recently started listening to, and like their origin stories are from like it's from some like weird. I have to look it up, but I don't want to derail you from like your story.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, they're called Rainbow Kitten Surprise. I don't know if you
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a wild
that
name.
sounds like some kind of indie band.
And kind of, so like their sound is so different. I think I can get away with.
Is there like synth keyboard? I bet there is. Sounds like maybe there would be.
No. Like you're gonna see a picture of these guys, and whatever image you had in your head of them is probably wrong.
Let's see.
Or
what
at
they
least
look like.
how they sound.
Oh, okay.
The only reason I think I can get away with this is because.
There we go.
Let's see here.
Whoa.
So
wow, they look very normal.
Yeah. So like they I don't want this to play. I want to find a good song.
They look like they'd be like some 101.1 band.
They fine. Like the song that I discovered them, I guess, on was it was in this album. I know it was that. What? Why is it not? That one's really good. This one. And
Cocaine Jesus.
So it's called Cocaine Jesus. That's the funny thing is like, I wish I had the live show of it, but it starts with like this almost gospel-esque kind of thing. But like they have so like one of their songs sounds like this, and then it's very like, I don't know how to call it. I don't know what style of that you would what kind of style is that you?
That just sounds like,
I don't know. They'll have a song like this, and then they have a song. Let me see.
That does a complete 180.
Yes, it's like their shit is all over the place. Let me see. It may not be on this. Let me not play this continually so that I don't get copy straight.
Oh, rep.
Yeah. Let me see here. I don't know. Was it Run? I don't think it's this one. I think it's on a different album. But like their style is like all over the place. They have some stuff that's very like folk kind of sounding, and then they have
that last
like
one was a little folkish.
Yeah, a little folkish, but like
like very dance around the partner if you come.
I don't know. It's such a weird band. I like this song a lot, but it probably doesn't play well live. Also, like the dudes that like, it probably doesn't really potentially. I don't know. This dude does not look like the type of dude that you'd hear that voice from, but I like their lead guitarist. Like they have such a weird style that's like kind of appealing to me. But I don't know. They started off in Kansas, if I'm not mistaken. Some like really weird place where you wouldn't expect like music, the type of music that they play to come from.
Yeah.
So like I remember hearing about that and being like, I should probably pay more attention to like the local scene where I am.
Yeah.
Probably find some pretty cool stuff around here, but I haven't really done that. Is there like a meta, I guess, if you will, like the local scene, or is it like all?
I mean,
just like metal or?
Well, I could tell you like some of the most popular bands in like each subgenre that we got going on here in Orlando. I mean, a lot of it's like one side. So I don't know if there's like this negative elitist stigma where you have metal music and then you have like hardcore core music, where metal is more your traditional sounding like Cannibal Corpse, Dying Fetus, Metallica, Megadeth, Slipknot, Slayer. Not necessarily like old school. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but it just has that particular E standard. No chuggity chug breakdowns. Basically no modernization. So like no like crazy 9-string guitars. No like there's like it's not really a genre, but there's something called gent. I don't know if you ever heard of that. It's like
the term now.
Yeah, it's like you're kind of just waking off on the same string. It's like okay,
I see. Yeah.
Pick up a pancake. Pick up a pancake. Pick up a pancake. Yeah, I don't. It's not really a genre, but I would describe that more as a sound rather than a whole another subgenre, because there's already enough subgenres to be confused about.
Yeah, but you're saying there's a lot of that here.
There's a lot. I mean, that negative stigma is basically just everywhere, but like, for as far as deathcore bands go, the ones that pop in my head immediately are in the Florida area are Body Snatcher and Traitors. They're biggest names. They're actually some of like the biggest unsigned bands I've ever seen live, actually. Huh. And then if you're leaning more towards like traditional like metal, like thrash metal, there's this band called Arakara, there's a band called Thicket. They're very stick to your roots in the thrash metal scene, where it's just like really constant, always fast most of the time. But like, I just hate that there's like the negative stigma. Like metal can only sound like a particular way. Like I can't have 9-string guitars and all these additional crazy effects and whatnot. Like some old. It kind of starting to sound like almost like not like politics, but like almost like, I don't know, like
just two sides for no reason, essentially.
Yeah, that's what it feels like when it's all metal.
Yeah,
it doesn't gotta be like
that's one of the things, like with even that band. I kind of hit it that finding out about them was the moment when I kind of realized, like, I don't give a shit about the genre. I really don't. Like, I'll listen to so many different types of music, but it's, for me, I guess the music is important. Like, there's some metal that I'll listen to. I listened to a lot more when I was in college than I do now. But the music is pretty important. The lyrics, I guess, are kind of important. They're less important for metal, I think, in my opinion. But I don't understand. Well, I won't say I don't understand. I get it. Like, especially country's like the one that people really. It's like the Nickelback of genres, where like everyone's like, I don't like country, and I'm just like, really? Like, it's like, I get it, because like I think people have an image, and kind of like with the whole metal thing, people have like an image in their head, or like
this is what it should sound like.
This is what it should sound
like. This is what it should look like.
Yeah, and then like all it takes is for like one person to like make a song that's like still country, but like it's different. Like I don't want to use this as an example because there's better ones, but it's the first one that came to mind, so I'll give him his credit. But like the whole Old Town Road thing.
Oh, like, yeah.
It's like, that's technically still country.
I actually had a friend who covered that.
Yeah.
In a metal way.
I kind of want to hear that. That sounds good.
It's pretty tight.
But yeah, like I don't know. That's the kind of, I guess, eye-opening thing was, I was like, oh well, good music is just good music. Granted, good music. What's good music for me may not be good music for you.
Yeah,
like that's gonna change. But like, I kind of don't see the point of genres, like in a very almost political sounding way.
Yeah,
it's like
it almost sounds that way. Like, no, yeah,
but yeah, I guess that exists in every scene. I imagine there's like, it's fractured down. Like if you look at country, you look at metal, you look at like pop, even probably people have a image of what that's supposed to look like. But yeah, what's up, Ari?
Hey, Connor, what's up, man?
Oh yeah, I should have known that.
He hates being called Ari.
Well, that's your name. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
It's supposed to be Ari.
Oh,
like dictionary.
Okay, well.
I mean,
I remember now, because we changed his name in the tournament thing to Braviary. And he was so sad. And I remember now, like, yeah. Oh man. There's so many. I wanted to do a thing where I got a couple of different musicians on, and I guess I can kind of do like a soft version of that with just you. But I wanted to get a bunch of people on and have everybody kind of be like, all right, so what is your favorite X song? Like, and kind of like go into that. And because for me, that changes so often. And I'm curious to, like, if Is that the same for you?
Like, I feel like you have a favorite song for like every part of your life. Like, you just can't have one favorite song for the rest of your life. I just don't see how that's possible.
Well, not like one. So like, okay, so like you'd be like, all right, a favorite like chill song or like a song.
Oh yeah, for particular moods.
Yeah, for
we could
particular
do,
things.
yeah,
like,
we could do that.
Yeah. Like, so like for me, it's sad. I'm gonna pull up.
Oh, you're just playing it.
Yeah, I was literally just playing it. I use YouTube Music as like my pretty much only app for music.
It's crazy. Google Play doesn't sell music anymore.
What?
Google Play does not sell music anymore. They're just going to do YouTube Music now, where it's just subscription based.
I do you know how that's monetized? Because I guess that I'm curious about that. Because I know you pay.
No,
I pay like $10 a month for that.
I don't know what like the rate is or whatever.
I know YouTubers get paid based off of like viewership from YouTube Premium or whatever it's called. I would hope that it's the same thing for the music. If it's not, that's pretty trash. Like, like
it is. Yeah, like especially for me because I love owning music. Like I'm not a Spotify person. Like if I can own it, I will gladly buy it.
Okay.
And just be able to play just like whenever.
Do you have a reasoning behind that, or like is there like
I mean, just other than the accessibility factor.
Okay.
I mean, I love owning CDs. Like I have a shitload of CDs at my home. That's in storage right now. Two whole boxes worth.
Oh, jeez.
Because I just don't have enough space for them. But I don't know, just something about just owning physical stuff just so much more appealing. I guess it's like the same reason why people love owning vinyl and record players now.
It's like a collection kind of thing. Yeah, that's fair. I used to be that way with video games, but I think after I started playing more stuff on PC, there was kind of like a turning point for me where I was just like, I can just get it. Like, I can just install it and then I don't have to like worry about it or anything. I do like having the cool things like this guy. Yeah. Even and then this was a PC purchase. This is from like Guild Wars 2. So like I'll buy like collector stuff. Like actually no, I think literally everything that's on this table except for the star is from a collector's edition of some game. So like I'll still buy physical stuff, but if I'm just buying the $60 version of a thing, like the base standard version of it, I will almost always buy it digitally. But if I'm going to get like anything extra, I want the physical version. Yeah. I don't want an extra version of a digital thing.
Have you seen the Ghost of Tsushima pre-order purchase? That comes with a really cool mask.
I think so because I think it's at Daniel's house.
It is at Daniel's. Yes. I love that thing so much.
Seen that. Yeah, it's dope.
Like stuff like that. If like if more companies did more stuff like that, I'd be doing more pre-orders like that.
I thought they were going to do something like that for the new Halo. Like with they keep saying like, oh, we'll do a Master Chief helmet, and then what they do is they make a Master Chief helmet that's just like a stat, like a I don't know, it's a replica or like a tiny version. Give me a helmet. I want to wear this. I want to be able to put this thing on my head. They have not done that yet. They everything because I think Neil has the last one that they claimed was a helmet, and all it really was, it's about the size of a head, but if you lift it, it's how do I describe it? It's the size of a helmet, but there is no room for a head. Oh, okay. It's like it's filled in with plastic on the inside, and it's just enough space to fit the case and all the collector's items in it. So I was like, well, this isn't a helmet. This is a bust.
Yeah,
like,
it's a bust. Yeah, exactly. It's not like the Pip Boy where you could just put it like right on your wrist.
I love this thing. I've never used it like with the app or anything like that. I've had it and I was like, cool.
I'd be afraid to take that thing outside. Yeah. Like I wouldn't want anything to happen to that.
I mean, some of the stuff is like just been sitting around. I mean, even this thing, like, it's such a stupid collector's thing. I was working at Target when it came out, and I remember I'm like, I want that. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, well, it doesn't come out. I was like, I just put that in the warehouse. I would like to have that. And they're like, you gotta wait for it to come out. I'm like, why?
Why?
I'm not trying to buy a case of it.
I'm not trying to just buy it out.
Yeah. I ended up getting 2 because I wanted to taste it. Gross. Oh, it's terrible. Like it's really bad. But yeah, I get that. I don't know. I think console stuff I'm probably more inclined to buy physical. Probably not this new generation though.
Yeah. So you got a pre-order for PS5, or just gonna sit back and wait on price drop?
So
do you care about digital or the regular one?
So that's the reason why I was saying like for this generation it's probably gonna be different, because I think I am actually gonna get the digital version of the PS5.
Yeah, I mean, $100 is $100.
$100 is $100. And to be fair, I don't. As of right now, there's only one game I want to play on it, and that's Horizon. I don't want to. I don't.
Not Demon Souls?
No.
I feel like that's like the most popular one to me.
I am so tired. But get a big. I am so frustrated by all of these re-releases.
Yeah,
there's way too many of them.
There are too many. I agree.
I've played that game. You can slap as much like shiny new coat on it.
Yep.
I already know the game. Like I don't want to buy the game again. And
that's fair.
I think that's the reason why Genshin Impact is so big to me, is because like it feels like a new game. It's something that I haven't experienced before. And that's generally all I'm looking for in games.
Yeah.
Like I used to say like, oh, I give a shit about graphics and like stuff like that. I don't even think I care about graphics anymore.
Nah.
I just want new experiences.
Yeah.
I don't like. I've talked about this before.
I feel like that's more of a kid thing, or the graphics.
Yeah. So it depends. Like, so Sekiro is something like where like if you or Sekiro, Uncharted, Last of Us, like those games clearly put a lot of work into that. So like there's a degree of like, okay, cool, this looks good. But then there's also Anthem, another game that clearly put a lot of work into that, but only that, and the rest of the game was trash. So like,
what a wash.
When it's good, I'll recognize that it's good, but like that's not it. That's not it. You need more. Like it has to be more for it to be a good game.
Yeah.
But I'm anytime a game comes out where it's like, hey, this game is like this other game, I'm like, yes, and what? Like what else? Like you can't just be like the only game I think of recent that I played that wasn't like that was Outer Worlds, because I was like, hey, this game's like Fallout, and I was like, well, Fallout 76 sucked, so sure, I'll try it, and I got it. I was like, it's okay, but it wasn't like
game breaking.
Yeah, it was nothing that I was like super
nothing
excited.
To remember it by.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna. They came out with 2 DLCs already. I'm like, I'm not buying that. Like I have no intention on buying that at all. Like it's the game's mediocre. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Like Horizon felt like there were enough new things to warrant me being excited about the new one. Although I will say, if I buy the second one and it feels like I'm playing Assassin's Creed 2, I'm not buying anything else from it. I want to feel like I'm doing something new. Like, and if I don't get that vibe from the game, or I don't get that feeling, I'm not really going to be excited with it. So, but yeah, I think I'm definitely getting a PS5 first. I'm not getting an Xbox, just because Microsoft has done a great job of de-incentivizing people to buy the Xbox. So if you have a PC that can play decent games, like if you can play like what was the most recent game that they had released on there that was, hey, you can play No Man's Sky or anything that's on Game Pass, whatever. You shouldn't buy an Xbox. I don't. Yeah. So I don't know if they're releasing all of their first party games on PC and on the Xbox. Oh. So if you have a gaming PC, why would you spend extra money on that? Yeah. Like so that's my kind of mindset. I don't know. Were you planning on picking up either of them?
I would get a PS5, but not day one.
Yeah. To be fair, like there are almost always some like first wave problem.
Yeah. I remember that with the PS3. It was whether PS3 or PS4. I can't remember. There was some kind of big issue. I just don't remember what it was.
PS3 had an issue. Xbox 360 definitely had an issue. Xbox One had some issues, but luckily for the Xbox One and PS4's issues, it was able to be fixed with like updates. Like you didn't have to be like, "Hey,
need a whole
back to Sony," like, which
a hardware issue. Yeah,
but yeah, that's another reason why I'm kind of like leaning towards that digital edition, because like less moving pieces, I guess. So there's less room for there to be hardware issues. Also, I don't know how long GameStop's going to be around, man. If it's because that
yeah, especially with all this
dude, this is rough.
like game. I don't know what GameStop is anymore. Like when I go in there, I see like all these plushies and
Dude.
T-shirts and like
statues everywhere.
So it almost feels like a hot topic with video games. Almost.
That's exactly what it is. Honestly, I left right as that was becoming a thing.
Woo!
Like I got out like I exist during the GameStop iPhone era, where they were like, "Yo, we're gonna sell phone plans, and we're gonna start taking phones in as trades." So I was like, let me get out of here.
Deuces.
Yeah. Like, so, but yeah, it. I don't. Did you ever see what? I guess they did it in some like place in Texas where they were essentially going to turn GameStops into like gaming cafes, kind of.
Bro, no,
dude,
this is all news to me.
Oh man, I was so excited. I was like, "This is it! They're coming back, boys." I should be able to find this. This should be a lot easier, but they essentially were going to turn GameStops into
dumpster diving.
No, God, there's so much memes from GameStop. Let's see if that pulls it up. Yep, this is it.
Wow.
Hopefully it's not some dude.
I mean,
oh, dude, please just show me the video. I don't need. I know you got a channel, man, and I know it's super cool and all, but I just want to see the video.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay. So like this was the dude, just play it.
That immediately just reminds me of cool stuff.
Yeah,
just seeing the snack display.
Yeah. Just play the fucking thing, dude.
What are those computers though? That's like from 1990.
So those are old school. They'd have like a GameCube setup. It's supposed to be like super old, like retro stuff that you'd be able to get. Why is he not just playing the? But yeah, it was basically made so that people could come in, sit down.
Yeah, definitely can see this in the future for sure.
I don't know if they're gonna do it because this was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So if they, I don't know, man. I would love for this to happen.
Yeah,
this would be awesome. Like you have like an arcade setup or whatever.
Yeah, because there's already enough video game retailers. Like,
I honestly think this is what they probably should do to stay alive.
Yeah,
instead of like the whole T-shirt.
Like, I really just think GameStop is just for people who don't know what they want to buy.
Yeah,
or they just need like a physical presentation.
But it's hard for people to not know what they want to buy. YouTube is a thing, man.
Yeah,
like you can just go and check. You can literally see exactly what the game is like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. Hopefully this becomes a thing, but I almost feel like it might be too late.
Yeah,
I don't think it can become like a thing now.
Especially now with COVID.
Yeah, COVID's fucked everything. They still got their T-shirts. They gotta make sure
trading them germs.
Trading them germs for prizes.
Ooh.
Nah. How's that been for like music? Like, I know it's been rough.
Man, there's a lot of bands on Twitch. I mean,
that's true. Yeah.
It just sucks like when COVID happened and then like a lot of people just happened to be like mid-tour like in some other country, and they just got immediately pull out and just lose thousands, tens of thousands of dollars making that big trip out to another country and
nothing.
Big old nothing, man.
Man, I imagine it really sucks for people that were like right on the cusp of being like found or like they were about to sign a deal or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, oh well.
I mean, at least we're not like in the 80s or 70s or anything. Like we could still at least spread music.
That's true.
Digitally, at least, the very least.
Have you thought about doing like something like Twitch or like online stuff? Or
I mean, not at the moment. Like I'm just focused on just coming up with new material at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing performant wise. No. Like I was with a couple of dudes before COVID happened. But then just like everyone just basically lost motivation to do anything because there's like we're not gonna be playing any live shows anytime soon. So yeah, like I don't have a place to set up a Twitch concert hall or anything like that. So I'm just...
I imagine it's probably easier to do it on your own. Like you could get
if you
get a setup to do it by yourself.
That's it's just like the biggest issue would just be the drums because they're just so.
Yeah, they're loud.
Yeah, a little loud. Yeah, have you ever heard a snare in like an enclosed space?
Oh yeah, it's not great.
Snare is very loud.
My old boss, back when I was doing like production, he literally bought It was a digital drum set, so it wasn't like you weren't hearing like exactly the sound of a snare, but he had a huge amp that he had in the office.
Oh.
And like some nights it would just be the two of us in there working on editing on stuff, and like he'd hit something to render, I'd hit something to render, and he's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna fucking play some drums. So he'd play a track and he'd just start going to town. I'm like sitting on my phone playing something, waiting for something. But yeah, like it's not as easy. I think string stuff though, like you can play like guitar. Like if that is ever something that you want to do, let me know. I think that you could do that and it'd be really cool. Especially right now. Like I don't have many other options.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I'll try to. I want to get Tyler, right? Well, obviously Tyler.
Yeah.
Not that Tyler, but the Tyler that the two of us know. That we used to work with.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know he was making some music right before COVID was a thing and playing some live shows. I wanted to get him on at some point. I don't know if that's going to happen now. In light of things, but yeah, I would like to get that together at some point and still do like kind of like a musician panel kind of video. Wouldn't necessarily be a podcast. Wouldn't be as long as a podcast. Just kind of like going around and finding out what like music that means something to people. Like, I imagine obviously you see it as like some kind of art form, but do you have certain songs that like have a deeper meaning to you, or is it more of just like the music itself is like the thing?
No, I don't really have like a sob story like song that really like pulls at my heartstrings or anything like that.
Yeah, I guess so. Man, I probably bad at phrasing this. It's not necessarily. I'm not necessarily looking for like a sob story. It's more of like, I guess it's the same thing as like music at a certain point in your life. So like if somebody started playing tracks from like the 2000s, like early 2000s, I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember I was doing this thing.
That was probably actually my favorite era of music.
Yeah?
Yeah, actually.
Ooh, I'm trying to think of stuff from there now.
Like
Britney Spears.
Like new metal, like were they
metal
combining like rap and like other
Yeah.
elements from hip hop into metal? Like I thought that was like one of the most innovative things you could ever do. Like Limp Bizkit, and then like Rage Against the Machine, like Tom Morello playing with all these crazy like pedal effects, like it sounds like scratching a what do you call it?
A DJ thing. I know
a turntable.
Turntable.
Yeah,
Yes.
that. Yeah, he basically turned his guitar into a turntable in some portions of the song. It just sounds really cool.
Yeah, I
and that's basically what I grew up with. So
yeah, I'm curious to what I'll probably do is instead of the normal music that I have closing, like what I normally play as the outro or whatever, if you're fine with it, I can get a song of yours and have that play at the end. Yeah, that'd be dope. It's like,
extremely dope. Yes,
extremely dope.
Yes,
absolutely. My thing is, I have and will continue to run into people that I think, even if our tastes are different, I love hearing new music. Like, I may not like add it to my playlist or anything.
Yeah, you may not like go out of your way to listen to it, but
like the hearing it for the first time, that in and of itself is a really cool experience. You're like, oh, okay, cool. Like this is either what this person's into, or like, oh, I can get behind like what the message or whatever that the song is trying to do. Like there's so many different things that music can do, or different messages that it can relay, that it's pretty cool, or at least I think it's really cool. Yeah, I think I've probably eaten enough of your time already.
No, I love doing this.
Oh, cool. I don't. Do you have any questions or anything for me or anything like that? Or
no?
Okay. Yeah. I like I said, I definitely have you back on. I don't know how long we've been going. I don't know if we have any questions in chat. I keep full screening things. Okay, cool. Doesn't look like it. You won't find me with the PS5 digital. Man,
Connor's a big collector, so I mean
that's fair. I kind of have that thought process too. It's just so the last collector's edition thing I bought might have been the Pit Boy. He's either Pit Boy or that thing. And that was from Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, okay.
It's like one of the Daedric Prince's Molag Ball. But that thing came with a digital code.
Oh, okay.
So like I bought, it was a huge box too. It was like a huge box that came with like all these cool stuff and like an art book and like this leather like back like book and everything in it. I was like, this is dope. And then I was like, oh, there's no disc. Like it came with a code. And it was for the Xbox. So I was just like, oh, okay, all right, fine. Even had a metal disc case with no disc. It was a cardboard disc that was in it that had the code on it. And I was just like, okay, like, but I do think that was like in the high time of like companies really hating GameStop, and they were trying their best to like put them out of business.
Yeah,
it was a very funny time when I worked there, but. Yeah, I think we'll just call it. I don't want to. Sure. I burned out of like stuff from off the top of my head, but this is fun. I like doing this. You're a good guest.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. So, I at some point, the problem is all the guests I've had on are either good friends of mine or people that I still see very frequently. But I would really love to go down like and do a tier list of guests.
That's a tier list we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Like tier lists have just been such a popular like.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's the like, you know who Steven is? Steven Andreu. He worked at the same place that we used to work together at, but he never worked up front with us. So it's possible that you've never met him, but
I'm not to say no.
If you saw a picture of him, you probably
maybe if I saw his face,
he's been like blowing up on Twitch right now. He's doing a really good job. And that was like his thing for like a couple of weeks where he's like, I'm gonna do a Pringles tier list. Then he did Pokemon tier list,
fast food tier list. Like there's a YouTube channel I called it's called Healthy Food, like HELL.
Oh, food. Okay, that's smart. That's awesome.
They did like a 24-hour like French fries only. They just eat French fries for 24 hours at all these different places. They did one for like chicken sandwiches, especially when the Popeyes chicken sandwich came out.
Oh yeah, I did that too.
Remember?
I forgot about that. I had Chris Colhane on. I don't know if you remember that guy.
Probably
he used to play Pokemon and stuff, but so funny. We went out. We couldn't get Popeyes, so we got the Chick-fil-A one. And then we got a Wendy's one. And we were just like, close enough.
Really?
Turned out it wasn't. Popeye's chicken sandwich actually pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
They don't.
Okay, but real quick,
go
what's your favorite chicken tendy place? Are you a PDQ? Or are you a Huey Magoo's? People really like Huey Magoo's.
I've only had PDQ once. We'll say that their shakes delicious.
Yep.
Quality shakes, they're really good. I don't know. I think I'd still pick Huey's over them.
Yeah.
So I think the thing is, I've transitioned from doing the breaded breaded tenders to
just grilled.
Fucking Huey's grilled tenders are just too good.
Yeah, they are. Especially with Magoo sauce.
Oh, Magoo sauce. You
Love
put
Magoo sauce.
anything on those things, like it's fun.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be
I
delicious.
thought Chick-fil-A sauce was good. Nah. No, like they started selling that shit in bottles. Like I had so a crazy thing I did was I bought a bottle of Chick-fil-A sauce from Publix, and then I went to go get a chicken tender sub made from Publix, and I gave them the Chick-fil-A sauce to use.
Did they take it and just like put it on there? Nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah. I would imagine like, well, because of health protocols, you can't do. That's cool. Publix, man, I feel bad. My friend, I tease him. I'm going to tease him this every year now. I did it last year because he used to live here and he moved back to New Hampshire, and they don't have Publix. But that was like his thing down
big
here.
rip, yeah.
And so like now every year for his birthday, I will take a picture of myself in front of a Publix and be like, "Happy birthday, bud."
With like a chicken,
yeah.
Like
he would get the chicken tender sub with like ketchup and shit on there, and
with like barbecue ranch,
man.
Chipotle Gouda cheese.
I haven't tried that yet.
It's great cheese.
I took a long time doing purely vegetarian, so for a while I hadn't gotten a Publix sub in a bit. But their roast beef, I always go and get like a good roast beef with like some provolone and Munster cheese.
Oh, Munster cheese is
So
also
good.
very good.
So
Yep.
good. That's what like Munster I think is exclusive for burgers now. If I'm making a burger, I'm putting Munster cheese
Has to
on
be
the
Munster
burger. Like
cheese.
it's just perfect for that flavor. But I haven't grilled a real like a I say real burger. All the vegetarians and vegans that I know are fucking raging right now.
Ooh.
But
Watch out.
Yeah, I haven't grilled anything outside of like a vegan vegetarian like burger in a while, so I might need to do that. I enjoyed doing like some cooking streams here and there. They were pretty fun. But I guess back to your original question would you say PDQ's better than Magoo's?
I mean, I only like PDQ more because they offer more stuff.
What do you mean?
Like they have these really good tots with like I forgot what they put on, like bacon bits and like scallions. Jesus. And
okay.
It was just really, really good and memorable to me. They also have like a queso crunch salad that I really enjoy too.
What is on that? Queso crunch salad?
Like I wish I could. If I were, I'm just gonna have to pull up the menu because I really can't remember it because it's been a while since I've gotten that.
At a certain point, I'm gonna have like a producer here, and I can't.
I feel
wait
like
to do
queso
that.
can just go about almost anything.
You said queso and salad, so in my head, I'm just like, what does this look like?
Hold on. I need a. Oh Jesus, no.
I wonder, somebody in the comments can tell me how much would be a reasonable price for me to pay someone to be a producer for the show so that we can ask someone else to look this stuff up.
Yeah. No, things like this would be very handy.
That's like the big thing. And like, I have the keyboard out here and everything, and it's kind of convenient, but
Jesus, come on. I just want to know what your salads are, man. Come on.
Was it PDQ?
BDQ. Oh, wait, I think I got it. Oh. Yeah, it's a queso crunch bowl, but it's still kind of like a salad. So it's crispy chicken, black beans, chili, lime corn, salsa verde, grape tomatoes, queso drizzle, scallions, Fritos, and then rice.
And rice?
Rice.
Jesus.
Yeah.
How big is it? Like
it's
that's a
pretty
lot
good,
of
good
food.
size.
That is an absurd. That is a lot of different things packed into like a bowl. Jeez. I want to. I've been thinking about like different things I can do outside of like just this in terms of streaming or making videos. Food is kind of a big thing. I would like to go around traveling and try some different stuff out.
God, yeah.
I went out with went to a place with Leia called the Hangry Bison.
I've heard of that place. It's in Winter Park, right?
Yeah, it's so good. I didn't expect it to be that good. Like it's so good. Like and all the different options they have for you, for, like the burgers is just like it's wild. Like this is a bad parameter, but for me, when I'm looking at a burger place, I may not choose it, but a good thing for me to see on the menu is A1 steak sauce.
Yeah.
If they have that as an option, they probably know what they're doing. Like it's probably going to be all right. And that place did have that. So I don't think I had it though. They had like an avocado cut. Like they had like these very thinly sliced avocados. Yeah, dude, so good. They put them, the way they stack them on the burger. You have this massive burger and it is going to be messy at the end, but you don't care. Usually I don't. I'm usually a big stickler about messy food. I don't
me too, actually.
It, but like, if it's good,
as long as the ride's great, like I don't care about the aftermath.
Oh, that was the reason I stopped going to Subway for a long time because like every time it didn't matter which one I went to, I'd go there and I'd be like, hey, I just want this stuff and this stuff on there. And when they're putting it on there, awesome. Somewhere in between them putting it on there, toasting it or whatever, and then bringing it back out. By the time I get the sub, half of the sub is outside of the bread.
Yeah,
I'm just like, guys, I don't want this.
Can't do that.
Yeah, I hate that. Oh man, I think. Do you remember Central Park as a fast food place? It's like a green. It was like a almost like Jeremiah style building.
That sounds like a mall restaurant.
Kinda, but they had like physical buildings, and maybe it was only on the East Coast though. But I always describe these fries to people because, especially when people are like, "Well, what's your favorite fry?" I'm just like,
I'll tell you right now.
I'm like, this fry doesn't exist anymore, but I wish it did. So what was that place? Why am I pulling a blank now? There's a place that sells really good seasoned fries. I can't remember what it is now. It's not Wingstop. Wingstop seasoned on their fries. Delicious. Great. But I don't think it's that. Man, that's so frustrating. I can't. Okay, so it's, imagine like seasoned fries.
Okay.
But they're waffle fries.
Okay.
And they're always crispy.
Okay.
This place had by far the best fries.
Okay.
Like I have yet to find a place I'm like, oh, okay, it's pretty, like, no, it's so fucking good, dude. I don't know if you have like a favorite fry place or
like, I really like waffle fries, definitely crinkle fries.
Crinkles are good.
And then like the curly ones you get from Arby's. Yep. That's the, like me like the only redeemable thing about Arby's is just the curly fries.
I used to like, live off of Arby's when I worked in like hotel business because it was one right next to it. That place sucks. It's not good. I remember now. It is I literally just had it in my head because you said it, and then
Checkers.
Yes.
Love Checkers.
It's the Checker seasoning.
Yes. But on waffle fries.
Yeah, that was Central Park's fries.
Oh, man.
That shit was so good.
If the CEOs of Checkers were listening in right now, please do that.
God.
Take the greatest spices and take the greatest form of fry and just put it together.
It's so good. I don't know. There's not a lot of, not any good taco places around here now that I think about it. Most places like have a thing. I don't know what Florida's like thing is now. I'm thinking about it here. You go to Texas, you get barbecue. Like you get like every place. Like I think you go to California, you get tacos. Like I don't know
when you come to Florida, you get something from Publix.
You get pub subs. That's
you ride on your alligator on your way to Publix to get some sugar water sweet tea.
Ooh, that raspberry tea in the most generic bottle.
Messing around with like a bunch of like experimental flavors recently. They have like this like a blood jalapeno tea or something. I don't remember.
Publix?
Yes, at Publix. It's some crazy seasonal tea that they got going on. I think they change like every few months.
I gotta visit Publix more. I used to like swing by there almost every night after work. But then like I realized I was paying for a Costco membership. I was like, I should probably use it. But yeah, no, they have some pretty cool stuff there, and I miss their subs. I haven't had one in a while. But I always get looks when I go there because my sub is super simple. There's nothing special on it. It's like, but it's so good from there. Like I get the roast beef, the boar's head roast beef, and then I get.
You get the Munster cheese?
I get Munster, provolone, and Swiss. I get those three. I get toasted, and that's it.
Woo!
That's
wow!
It. I don't put anything.
Wow!
Else on
You sound like my dad here. Just meat,
and cheese.
Yeah, meat, cheese, bread.
Like I'll eat when I go to when I go to Firehouse. I get everything.
I get it. Fully evolved.
Yeah,
it's called fully evolved there.
I want my tomatoes. I want everything on there.
Yep.
Just don't want onions. You put everything else on there. It's fine.
Their bread's so good, and whatever sauce you put on there, I don't know what the heck it is or what they call it. So good.
I like so like one. I know they put like there's like a Dijon mustard sauce, but they mix that with like an Italian dressing sauce. That's so fucking good.
That's so perfect.
But I almost feel like I exclusively go there for their cherry limeade now.
Oh, I was obsessed with that. Chelsea could tell you about that right now. Like every time I went to Firehouse, it was just because of the cherry limeade.
I got scared because there's one literally walking distance in the Full Sail kind of campus.
Oh, okay.
And I got scared because I went in there one time and I was tapping on the remix machine. I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get this cherry limeade.
Do you get it regular or sparkling?
I get regular.
Regular?
Yeah. You get sparkling?
I mean, depends if I'm feeling like if I want some like bubbles in my stomach. Because sometimes when I just have too much carbonated shit, I'm like
you relax.
like I just I'm on the toilet for too long.
Oh man, so I got there and I'm tapping on the thing, and I hit the cherry limeade, and it didn't change the thing to hold to pour.
Oh.
It just said select your drink, and I was like, "What's happening?
What's going on
and
here?"
I clicked the thing again, and like it didn't change. I was like, "What?" I turn around, I look at the guys on the counter, and then I look at the thing, and then I realized this was recent. This is like COVID time. I realized, fair on their point, I was the asshole there. They had a thing set up so that you don't touch the screen.
Oh,
you were supposed to like use your phone, and it had a QR, and then you just do everything with your phone. I was like, I see.
Gotcha.
Yeesh. I was like, well, I will get my.
God forbid they got to re-clean a screen.
Yeah, I was wondering why they were looking at me. It wasn't a look of like, oh, what's going on? It was a look of like, you asshole. Like now we have to clean that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Talking about underrated sodas you can only get from like a Coke vending machine. At Wendy's, I love the Dave's cream soda with cherry. I loved that so much.
They have that at Wendy's?
It's exclusive to like some Wendy's. Not every Wendy's has it, but like the Wendy's that do,
dude,
go for it every time.
I love cream soda.
I love cream soda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love cream soda.
I literally don't drink any other soda than that. I haven't for years. That is the only exception. It's so good. I haven't had it in a while. I guess I had like this. I went to Bolé. It's like a Greek place. Delicious food. Didn't expect it to be as good as it was. As a little bit ago, and they had that on like in their fountain thing. It was like agave cream soda or something like that. And I was like, this is fucking good.
All right.
It was really good. But yeah, if I go to the Wendy's right there and they've had that this entire time and it's just not been on the menu, I'm gonna be real upset. I'm like, guys, like
I just know the one in Lake Mary next to my work does.
Okay. I mean, it's probably a classier Wendy's than the one that we have here.
Yeah, they have like the fake fireplace going on.
Okay.
They have like the nice like chairs you can just move out. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. To be fair, I haven't been inside any restaurant in a while. Yes, Chipotle.
Yeah, mostly just drive through.
Yeah. Have you tried the new drink stuff they have at Chipotle? Those
drink stuff.
Yeah, so
Chipotle with new stuff.
They do have. So they have the queso, which is actually insane. They have a new it's called Queso Blanco. Insane.
Okay.
Better than most. Like
it's extra, right?
Yeah.
Because
it's the same.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of guac. Because at Qdoba, you get your guac for free.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Is it as good as Chipotle's?
I really would have to do a side by side test because it's been so long since I had Chipotle. Yeah. Like the last time I had Chipotle, I threw up.
Oh no!
So that's why I've been avoiding. Yeah.
That's fair. I did feel a little like I don't call it sick, but like I felt like my immune system was fighting. Like the last time I went there, and I was just like, okay. I just chalked it up to like people not wearing masks or whatever, but I don't know. I'm not. I feel like I was about to go into a mask rant just now, and I just stopped myself and just like I'm pretty laid back when it comes to like that whole thing. It's like especially doing something like this, it's like I'm not. It takes away from it. If I was as rich as Joe Rogan, sure, yes, I would have like some dude on the side literally giving people tests when they come. That'd be great. But I can't.
That'd be insane.
Yeah. But yeah. I guess this could be might end up being a very somber note to end on, but how has COVID been treating you, I guess? Is it been...
I mean, other than not being able to go to shows, I made my work absolute hell for like the first couple months.
Yeah. Like
for the longest time, we could only have like half the number of registers we can normally have open, and then just lines would just shoot past the freezer sections.
Yes, I would imagine those things are already spaced out, though. Why would they only have...
Oh, no, not spaced out enough.
Oh,
no,
okay.
like it literally had to be like every other register for like the first few months. But then like a few months ago, we got rid of it, and then like we could use any register.
Yeah. I was always talking to people about that. I'm like, I almost, somebody was telling me like, don't feel guilty for this, but like, I felt guilty for a bit. I was like, my life didn't change at all. Like, like at all. Like, sure, I got laid off for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then I got that job back. I started right before, like in February, I started training in MMA, and that paused for like a month where we were just doing Zoom classes, which it sucked, but it was the best. It was good. We had something. But now, like, that's why my foot's messed up. We're sparring again. Like, I'm able to roll jujitsu. I like when my foot's healed, I will be back there.
Yeah.
Doing everything that I was doing before. Like, COVID doesn't stop me from streaming. Like, my life did not change much.
Yeah, I was definitely one of the very fortunate people who was able to keep working while COVID hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I did what I had to do. Like, I did Uber Eats for a bit, which found out you make a lot of money doing
Yes,
that.
you can.
Didn't realize that was the way that worked. I was like, oh, I've been driving for like 5 hours and I've made like almost $200.
Yeah.
This is all right, cool. But there was definitely a degree of like, I don't want to have to do this.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, putting the miles on your card, and all the gas. Yeah. Nah.
Also, I think the perception I think I had up until that point of Uber was that everyone hated them. Like, everyone hated Uber for some reason. Well, I won't say for. Apparently, they had some like wild like sexual stuff going on. Like.
Oh yeah, I've seen that in the news at least once or twice.
Yeah. So there was that. But it just seemed like the general public was like, fuck Uber. Uber's a terrible company. And then when I started doing Uber Eats, they were like, oh man, I'm glad it wasn't DoorDash. Like, everyone was just like, Uber is awesome. And I was like, what happened? Like, what changed? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I kind of, there was some freedom that I felt from that. That was nice, but it's one of those things that I'll do it every now and then so I can keep the status on my phone. So like, if I ever have to do it again, I can always just do it.
Yeah.
I don't have to like re-sign up. They definitely make you go through a lot of hoops before you can do it.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why people kind of like it, is because like apparently DoorDash doesn't do that. Like, anybody can just do like just hop on that.
Do you have a car?
Do you have a car? Does it kind of work? Yeah. Okay, cool. Go for it, man. Here's some orders. Like Uber Eats, it's like your car has to be like, it has to be,
can't be older than X year.
Yeah, like it can't be older than X year. They do like a very long background check that takes forever for like it to go through. And then now even when they do it, you have to take a picture of yourself wearing a mask, and it goes down the checklist of like, are you wearing gloves? Like, is your car clean? Have you cleaned like have you sanitized like your car? And I'm like, yes. But I think people like that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's funny too, because I used to be the user for it too. I used to order so much shit through Uber Eats, and now I'm just like, what? No, I'm not doing that. It's so much money that I'm blowing.
Yeah, it is
like,
a lot of money.
It's extremely expensive.
Oh yeah, I only do that when I'm like extremely lazy.
Got nothing. Yeah, like
extremely lazy. I have more money in my bank account than usual.
Yep. I guess you've worked where you're at right now for a while now.
6 years.
6 years. Damn.
Ooh.
Have there been moments where you were like very close to, all right, cool, like, music stuff's picking up, ready to get out of here?
No, not like that. Yeah. Just like the amount of hours I'd work there. But like, yeah, I've always been in metal bands, so I mean, I'm not saying I would. I mean, if I could live comfortably, yeah, I'd absolutely go for it.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing if I'm say if I was like a huge unsigned band and like I'm shipping out all these orders, like I've seen it in like independent bands, Instagrams and stuff like that, where they're like somewhat big, and they're like there's like a whole room full of like packages and shit like that, and just bubble wrap and like a computer for printing out labels and stuff like that. Like I'd still definitely be working another job. Like if I couldn't afford, if I couldn't afford to have someone a label or company or a guy to do that for me, then I don't think it would be time.
Yeah, that's fair. That's kind of the same process I have with YouTube and Twitch and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I enjoy doing it. What I think I would do though now is once I got to the point where I would choose to go do a job part-time and do Twitch full-time, I would probably quit that part-time job and just do something like Uber Eats. I'd still have some other means of income but I wouldn't be working somewhere where there was a schedule made for me, because I would want the freedom to be able to really focus on this if I needed to. But also, I don't know how long I would do something like that. Uber Eats is like you were saying, like the wear on your car kind of sucks. But, oh, money is important. That's
especially now.
Yeah, especially now. I oddly enough, I got a call from my old job. I say old job, but I've done stuff for them beginning of this year. To shoot a cheerleading competition, which blows my mind that there are cheerleading competitions happening right now. I'm very curious as to what that even looks like.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, oh, okay. Like half of me is wanting to do the gig just to see what kind of safety precautions they do.
Yeah.
Although I'm a little concerned though if there aren't any safety precautions, and I'm just like, well, I'm not trying to get sick. That is, like
that's just some if they're like high school girls or something.
Yeah, I'm like I am not trying to get like, because knowing my luck, it would be like the week right after my foot's kind of healed up, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go shoot
ready to go back into the world,
back into the gym, and it's like, you tested positive,
just to be
like,
put back by COVID.
Yeah. It's like
back in your place.
Yeah. God, man, I'm not super paranoid about that stuff, but like
I'm not either.
I guess I'm not paranoid in the fact that I don't think it would take me out. I'm not concerned about like serious health complications. I'm more concerned about like not being able to do the things that I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Like it sidelining me for even longer than I'm already going to be sidelining. That would suck.
Yeah, as long as I know like the majority of people I'm working with has common sense, like I'll hang out with them. It's fine. It's whatever. Yeah. But I will never like go to a bar or anything like that right now.
Yeah.
If I don't have to, I'm definitely not gonna do that.
I did that with Fabi once, and it was a very weird experience. Because half of the people gave a shit, and half of the people didn't. And I was just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, people who are just in denial of COVID's existence, and then people who are aware of COVID's existence, they just want to get their party time on.
Yeah.
If like they need to get away from their kids that badly, or like
I imagine I do have some sympathy for those people. Like that probably does suck. Like this whole like schooling thing, especially like this coming from a person that's most likely not going to have kids. So like the idea of having a child there 24/7 for how many months has it been? Like 4 or 5 months? That sounds. I would not want to.
Agonizing, yeah.
Like,
pull all the hair out of your head.
Yeah. I guess it also depends on the age of the kid too. So if they're older, it's probably not that bad.
Yeah, but because they're probably just preoccupied doing their own little hobby.
They're probably streaming.
They're probably streaming. They're probably streaming. Yeah.
Oh man, I've watched that. Oh, man, that was such a. I got Twitch affiliate at the worst possible time. It was so. I remember seeing it happen. I was just like, "Hey, sometimes you just get bad beats." But like the week that or the day that I got Twitch affiliate, well, okay. Before I even got Twitch affiliate, there was already a massive amount of new users on Twitch because everybody was like, "Well, I'm at home. I'm gonna just fucking do this." And some of them were like high, already popular people. So I was like, "Well, shit. Okay, this is about to get really saturated." I was like, "Whatever, fine. I'm still just doing my thing. Whatever." And then the day I got Twitch affiliate was the same day that Mixer closed down. Which are you familiar with Mixer? Mixer was Microsoft's Twitch essentially. It was their yeah. Microsoft had it like
I didn't know they had a thing like that.
So like it was big. Well, it wasn't big. It died obviously because but they bought an exclusivity contract with Ninja, like the streamer Ninja guy. You know what I'm talking about? Fortnite kid guy, bandana. He was, I don't know if he still is, but like the biggest streamer. Period.
Wow.
So Microsoft was like, we got all the bucks.
Scoop this Fortnite kid up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they were like, this will like rocket our platform and we'll be popular and we'll be able to compete with Twitch. That did not happen. People basically came over to watch Ninja and then they didn't watch anything else, and the platform essentially, they got Shroud too, but like it just didn't work.
Didn't Microsoft buy someone else recently for video games?
They bought companies.
Yeah,
what company? Bought Bethesda.
That's what it was. Bethesda.
And there's another company they bought. I don't know what the big one was Bethesda, because people were just like, oh shit.
I just remember seeing a meme where Bethesda employees being afraid that they actually had to finish their games.
Yes.
Like, I thought that was pretty hilarious.
That's fair. That's
being forced to actually not have bugs and crazy glitches in your game.
You know, now that I think about it, all the games that end up from like Microsoft Studios and like their first party stuff don't have those issues.
No,
they come out and they're finished, regardless whether they're good games or bad games. Like they are done. They're not like buggy messes.
Yeah,
I'm excited for whatever the next Elder Scrolls game is, because that's, for me, I don't think there's anything else that's coming from that studio anytime soon. I guess. Ooh, wait a minute. No, that's CD Projekt Red. I was like, isn't Cyberpunk being published by Bethesda?
No, it was someone else.
CD Projekt Red is is a company. I think they're publishing it themselves, which now they can do that because Witcher 3 was so popular. But yeah, for me, it's Genshin Impact came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that game, but Cyberpunk and Horizon, I think that's it as far as things that have been announced. There's like rumors of Titanfall 3, but that's not. They've been rumors of that for a couple of years.
Not my cup of tea, anyways.
Yeah. You got anything coming out that you're like?
Other than like the new Yakuza game. Other than that, no. Other than Crash.
There's a new Crash coming out?
Well, it literally came out yesterday.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it literally came out October 2nd. Oh, damn. Which was yesterday, yeah.
Okay. Wait, so, just so I'm understanding correctly.
I beat that shit the same day it came out.
The game just came out.
Yep.
It's like, let me go ahead and take this day off.
Yeah, I bought it digitally, and then I forgot, instead of midnight, it actually comes out at 9 o'clock the day before. And I was like, why is the timer so low? And I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, hell yeah. So I started playing that shit right at 9 o'clock the day before it officially came out.
Damn. That's what happened with Genshin Impact. Once I found out about it, I was like, oh, here we go. It came out last Monday. But I was expecting it to come out that Monday, and I normally had Mondays off. So I was like, all right, I took the day off for it, no problem. And as I'm sitting there about to stream something else, I looked and saw that there were already like 24,000 people streaming that game.
Yeah.
Like, how?
What?
And I looked on it, like, it's actually been released at 9 o'clock in like my times. I was like, install.
Immediately, please. Gotta keep up.
God, man. So the thing is, I'm so used to that being the other way. It's so often that like it's like it comes out at midnight or it comes out like the next day, and that actually means it comes out at 10 o'clock that day for us.
Yeah.
So when it was the other way around, it caught me off guard. I was like, what? I can play it now? But it's Sunday. Eastern time zone gets pretty bodied by that. I feel like, because most things are Central, or what is the other one?
Eastern?
Well,
or Pacific?
Pacific, yeah. And then that stuff is it's usually what I think Pacific's 3 hours.
Oh,
there's a 3 hours difference. If I'm not mistaken. I don't remember which way it is, but I know there's like a 3 hours difference. I used to play a lot of games with people from California, and I'd be sitting there playing. It'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm just like, I'm gonna go to sleep now, guys. Like, it's just midnight. Like, it was like,
oh, come on, man.
For you, like, I have to be at work in 4 hours. Like,
yikes.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we've kind of hit a point where we should probably stop. You want to shout out your stuff again? I don't. Yeah, get that shit out there.
Snake Edge,
Oh.
Tekken inspired metal. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Right here.
Yeah.
Physical CD right here. Also got a business card, that QR code. You're gonna magically, I don't know if you'd scan it here, but
Probably. If they
Maybe.
can't scan it there, then I'll like I said, I'll
all
put
right,
it in the video.
cool. But yeah.
I'll put all the links and stuff as well in the description.
Thank you,
and whatnot.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And hopefully I can get you back on here
Yes.
for that music thing.
Yes.
Or for any other thing. I feel like we could have dived a little bit more into video games and we didn't. Like I didn't realize, I didn't think about your taste outside of fighting games, which I should have asked about that, but we can
That's
save
all
it for next
good.
time.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks again. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Anytime you want to come on, if you got more stuff to promote, by all means, come by.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'll see you guys next time, and peace.